happen? Okay, so DevOps, Dev and Ops. Okay, see, simple, very simple. The main problem was with the developer and Ops. Okay, these two people did not collaborate together, and there were so many other issues which has happened. Right, that's what the DevOps has come. The name has come, developer and Ops. Okay, the person who will interact with these two people, that it is, that we call as DevOps here. Okay, so dev is for developer, ops is for operation person. Okay, so the name has come for the from this DevOps. Okay, so here what happened, developer also, a way of working with developer and operation. It's not like, again, you might have asked a question like, will they manage? No, they will not manage. They will sit with them and they work together. Okay, as I have mentioned, there were 6 tools which we will be studying, right? Those are the tools which will fall under DevOps, and if anything related to those tools or software, we will look after. That is DevOps engineer, right? So that is called DevOps. Okay, so why this infinity sign, I'll tell you in some time. This is clear, right? So to collaborate and work together with DevOps, dev and operation, we call as DevOps. Okay, fine. See, we all have a destination. We all have something, right? Destination in the sense we have booked Ola or something. We tell him, destination where from where to where, right? If you're not telling, I just want to come with you whole day, will he take you? No, right? The same way here also, we all are here to work on DevOps, right? Why DevOps, right? But before DevOps, we should know why DevOps. Who from where DevOps has come, right? That is the main part. So here, DevOps, before DevOps, there was a method called waterfall, model. Okay. So waterfall, what did it do? So here, basically in this, they were requirement, design, development, testing, deployment, and maintenance. These are the process which were there. Okay, you can see it, right? Like waterfall. Anyone has seen, right? Waterfall, how waterfall will be there? There's from, from the about top, the water will be flowing and all, right? The same way here also, there's a flow of water, right? So here there's a waterfall. That's what the name has come, waterfall. Okay, that is not a part like how and all, but only a concept is, let's say, in this method, if somebody, they have stuck in some process, they have to do it from the beginning. It's not like easy way, or it's not like they can start it like what currently DevOps is doing. Okay, let's say something happened in, design part, they should not, they should wait until, all the next, whatever the next step is completed, then again come back. Okay, so they have to complete one by one, then they understand after completion of this, hey, I have done mistake here in design or in development. So again, it's time taking, right? Time consuming. The company have to pay for the employees, and there's a time consuming, your projects is not done on time. So this was a problem where, software engineers faced. Okay, the other method was agile methodology. So your agile methodology is something where like you're also plan, design, develop, test, deploy, and review. These are the steps. Okay, not to worry. This is not our part to look into it, but only remember there were a few steps which has involved into this method. Okay, this is an agile methodology which has come into picture. But here, even though this process did not solve the problem. Okay, so example to understand or tell in a very layman language, let's say we are planning a house. Okay, for this we require we require planning, right? We need a civil engineer who will design, or architect, whoever is, but you need a proper planning. When you have constructed your second floor, then you say, I want to go back to my basement and do some changes. It's not possible, right? The same situation developer faced, right? In this waterfall method, that complication was the it was that complication for people to to face that. So it was not easy. Everything was you have to do it from the scratch. Okay, it was not that easy also. Coming to agile method, it was divided into chunks. Uh, let's say like they have given some time period between 1 to 2 weeks. Okay, 1 to 2 weeks time period is given. After 1 to 2 weeks, again they will take the suggestions, or not suggestions, they will take the feedback from the client or the user. So whatever he said, no, I'm not able to see some videos properly, some streaming is not happening. Example, I'm saying, okay. Again, he will revert and do it something from the starting, right? Example, you're cooking a food, okay, and then you're tasting for after every 5 or 2 minutes. Okay, you're saying there's no salt, there's no spicy, there's something missed, you want to add something, right? In that process, this two method followed. Okay, people, software engineers were completely messed up with this. Okay, so the even agile method was not enough. Okay, development was speed in this, but it did not solve the problem between deployment, infrastructure, CI/CD, and automation. Okay, there was no collaboration between dev and ops people as well. Okay, this was a process which was happening in the agile method. Okay, then our hero came, that is DevOps, right? So we will study here DevOps in depth, what it is, okay, why it has come. As I said, there was no collaboration between development person and developers and the operation team, right? Let's say why. Example, developer will give some file for develop deployments and all. He says on a system everything is working fine from his end, but operation nothing is working. Right? He's saying no, you have given a wrong code or something issue from your end. You are blaming me. I will not do it. So they again from operation team there was no proper for operation team they did not guide. Who did not guide? This person developer did not guide him properly. So and he was not even ready to communicate, right? And the same thing happened with this operation team also. They did not tell developers will not help me. I will not do this. Okay, there were some fights or arguments between these two people. There was no proper. I can say there was a gap. Okay, that to fill that this person has come DevOps, right? Then as I said, in agile process, even the in deployment development was fast, but operation was very deployment was a problem, automation was a problem. So the main aim of DevOps is first is to collaborate, second is to speed up the delivery, third is for CI/CD, and for faster, reliable and releases. This is what the DevOps main aim is, or main of aim of DevOps is this. Okay. Yeah. So far, anyone has any doubts in this? So far, we just understood why DevOps came. Before DevOps, what was the issue? But now we will study exactly what is the life cycle of DevOps. Then this is the main picture, and to understand it, I'll help you out. Okay. First thing, it's an infinity sign. Why infinity sign? Again, I'll tell you. Okay. Before that, let's say we have taken some projects. Okay. In projects, what you require, we have to plan something, right? Without planning, it's not possible, right? So we have to plan. Then the next step is code, which we study on our version control, that is Git and GitHub. Okay, code will be written here and we will pull or push from it. Okay. This is again a Git, okay, which we will be starting. And then build will happen, which will take place in Maven, then testing, okay, which will happen in Selenium, okay. So this two parts are looked after by QA, if I'm not wrong, right? Test engineers will come, they will come and they test and everything will happen. Then next process will be integrate, right? From test to integrate, we call as CI, okay. From integrate to deploy, we call as CD. Again, I repeat, CI, CD, we call it, right? And the tools is Jenkins, Argo CD, we have GitHub, actions and all, but that is a part, right? Well, let's say this is very famous tool and everyone knows about Jenkins, right? So here what happened? Test to integrate, one part we call as CI. From integrate to deploy, we call as CD, continuous delivery, right? This person is this tool is looking after this CI/CD. Okay. The other one is operate. Okay. Again, I said you right. Okay. For that, this whole part, this one set of infinity is looked after by developers. Your question might be there. Developer is looking after, then what is DevOps is doing, right? DevOps is looking after everything. He'll be in the plan. He'll be helping. He'll be taking the code from this person. Then whatever testing, everything is done. He will be also doing in that. Okay, Selenium and Maven we are not going to study. Don't worry. But the common tools I have given. Okay, what we are doing, we will study once we are into the picture. Not to worry. Okay. Then your Jenkins, all your CI/CD, you person, DevOps will look after. You are the person who will look after this. Then comes operation team. Okay, ops team. What they'll do, they deploy, right? So they will deploy and they'll operate, then monitor. Okay. In operate, here we will be studying about Ansible, Docker, Kubernetes. Okay. And monitoring, we will be on a AWS, everyone know, right? CloudWatch is a monitoring tool. So on those things, we will be monitoring. So here the infinity sign means, usually infinity sign means what? It's a continuous process. There is no end for that, right? You're also DevOps saying there is no end for your process. There is no end for your process, right? Whether it might be your continuous integration, continuous deployment, anything happen, your automation is there. That's what we will study in Terraform, right? Everything you give in code and your manual work is done into an automation work, right? That is again Terraform. Example I'm saying like that. We have so many tools here on DevOps. Okay. So this is a normal basic life cycle of DevOps. How does it work? if anyone asks you in your interview, you can tell this, okay? In your DevOps lifecycle, how do you study? Plan, deploy, develop, build, test, release, deploy, and operate and monitor. Okay, these things will happen. Okay, and it's not a one-time work. Okay, it's a regular process which will happen. Right. So far, anyone has any doubts? I want to ask.
While to the rear, ma'am.
Yeah.
While when we implement a project, we want how these connectivities are there. Okay, means say how Git is related with Ansible, Jenkins, then Docker. So this flow we want to hands-on. Means clarity should be there. As we are new, we don't know anything. There
Yes,
are
Udit.
multiple tools. Yes.
Yes. See, example, if you ask me, for GitHub only, right? We have Bitbucket, we have GitLab, we have so many tools, okay? And there are many cloud native also which has been added currently, right? So it's of no like it's not compulsory that we should know all, right? So but you are well versed into these 5 to 6 or 7 tools of DevOps, and you can handle anything, right? Example to say, we all are graduated in different fields, okay, but we are capable to write any exams if it come into, right? We are all eligible for that, like that. But DevOps also, we have so many other tools, but not compulsory to read. But you come into a question, how did this both integrated and it will come into picture. That's what I am trying to explain here, okay? But exactly how it works, how it will reflect, that all I will be telling, okay, when we will start the class. How this, like example, Git, how Git is helping, why we require Git, right? For that we will study in depth when we start the class.
Sure. Thank you, ma'am.
So apart from that, anyone has any doubts?
No, ma'am.
Clear? Okay. See, not to worry. Day one, everything I should learn, it's not possible. Believe me, not possible. First day, I'm telling, I'm going slow because you should adopt the terminologies, understand what are the things and all. That all slowly we will be starting. Okay. Okay. The next is continuous integration. Okay. Whatever the plans we have done, right? How and where does it fall, right? Plan and code, which will fall under continuous development. Okay. Build and test, which will fall under continuous testing. Continue and deploy and operate, which will fall under continuous deployment. Monitoring, which will fall under monitoring. Okay. See, you no need to get confused. Like, you remember? No, not required. You should only know everything is happening in a continuous way. There is no stop. There is no waiting for anyone or something like that. Okay. Yeah. So coming to your question, which are the tools which will be starting, right? Git control, which is called as Git and GitHub. CI/CD, which is called Jenkins. IAC, which is called as infrastructure as code. Okay. So infrastructure has code. See, this is our tools, but here in our course, we are not studying about Terraform. Okay. Not to confuse, but Terraform is very much important to understand. So I'm telling you, okay. Let's say we have, I have written IAS there. It should be IAC. Okay. Sorry. So here what happened? Everyone are most of them know AWS, right? So let's say EC2, S3, some services you're creating, right? So when you create that, right? You do it manually, like some configuration is required. Let's say we have hundreds of people, hundreds of requests. Out of that, let's consider 30 requests coming per day. Is it possible for a DevOps engineer to configure it? Some errors it will happen, and it's really not possible. So what happened? Let's say I will create a script. On Terraform, I will create a script and stating like it will follow the HashiCorp language again. It's a different story. So here what will happen? You write it everything in a script, okay? Then you perform some tests, and your all your services is ready on your console, okay? That's what it will do. So a cloud formation is what? It is an IAC on the AWS. It is limited to AWS, but Terraform is not limited to AWS. It will support GCP, it will support Azure, it will support other cloud platform. Okay. Configuration. Again, configuration is what? Ansible. See, in your interviews, they will not tell you, do you know Ansible? Some HRs will say, they will ask question, do you know configuration tool? Okay. So you must be aware, yes. Okay. Containers, that is Docker and Kubernetes. Prometheus, again for monitoring, they are Prometheus, Grafana, and CloudWatch. And cloud, they are AWS resources. So DevOps tool have given an example. They are again various tool in the market, but not required that you have to know everything. Okay, there are various graduations, but not every person will do tens of hundred, 10 graduation degree. One enough, like that. No need to do all the graduation for us. One is required enough. Be proficient, and your work is done. Right. So it's like that. In depth, I have given what are the plans, examples, and what DevOps engineer do in this. Okay, you can go through that. So as I said, DevOps engineer made our work easier by automation, by fast delivery, for better collaboration, consistency, continuous monitoring, and here DevSecOps. Again, here you might have confusion. What is DevSecOps? Dev means developer, ops means operation. SEC means security. This person is very much concerned about security, right? So let's say if you are into the, why DevOps is important for you to learn, because faster to the market, more reliable releases, cost effective, and high customer satisfaction and quick debug also will happen. Rollbacks also will happen. That's what DevOps is important to learn. Okay. Average salary between a DevOps engineer will be getting for fresher is 5 to 7, and mid level they will be getting 10 to 20, and senior level 10 to 20 to 40 plus. Okay. Again, depends on your skills, depends on years of experience and how you perform the interview. I have just given the average. Okay. Again, in your career path, you have DevOps as DevOps engineer, SRE, cloud engineer, platform engineer, and DevSecOps. Okay, if you know these roles, you are capable for all these roles. Okay, but each role has some speciality in that. But if you are aware, then you are fit for that role. Okay, and there are different companies which is concentrating on this. Yeah. So again, market value, I said in 2023 it was 10 billion, and 20 in 2000, 2025 we have 15 billion. 2028 it will be 25 billion. Okay, and it is already crossed 40 plus 40% of annual growth in job market. And DevOps is very much important. It's a backbone for cloud adoption. Okay, and very big companies, everyone use DevOps in the correct market. Okay, as we said, as I was asking few people, did you complete this Linux and AWS? Why? Because 99% of your servers will run on your Linux. Okay, why? Because we require for scripting, for containers, and for automation. Okay, and another way is like for to understand the core knowledge on Docker and Kubernetes, we require Linux, and CLI is also very much important. Okay. Yeah. So again, AWS, as I said, everything will work. DevOps is like completely backbone for AWS. Okay. All the services of AWS we will be using, not all, most of the services. Okay. So these both are brothers, sisters. Okay. Left kidney, right kidney type. Okay. If one is not there, another will be next. We will have less immunity like that. Here also, it's very much important for us to know AWS for DevOps. Okay. Yeah. So I will edit this something and we will be starting what we are studying, that I'll be sharing in your document, in your notes. Anyone has any doubts so far? 1 minute. Let me take out this and see this. Visible now. I was saying, for the one who has not attended yesterday's class, this is the document which I'll be sharing. So I'm requesting everyone to share your mail ID such that I'll be sharing this. Might be late at nights also, any other of time. If it is delayed, I'm really sorry. Yeah. So yeah. So this is the syllabus which we are going to complete in our session. Okay. And it will be based on module 1, 2, 3, whatever it is there. So everything I'll be adding here. And notes is not up to this. Whatever information I'll be getting, or I feel like it's really more helpful, I'll be adding everything. So there is no end for this notes. That's the reason I have not given PDFs only to limits. I have given the notes, Google Sheet, Google Documents, as that it will be easy for you also to get updates. Okay. So here, coming to this, okay, yesterday's class who have not attended, I have attached the slides here. So you have everything available here, like what exactly I have took yesterday. So yeah. Before that, 1 minute. I'm sorry, yesterday I have two classes overlap, so that's the reason I have confusion. Did we complete whole things here, or did we stop it here only?
We went till the package of DevOps. Slide number uh, 11, I believe. 11 or 12. Yeah,
Okay.
till we have completed.
After this, did I say they were like a DevOps role of Linux and AWS also, right?
No, no,
Yes,
not
yes,
that.
you
No,
did say.
role
11,
of
up to 11. Up to
role
11
of
only.
Linux was not
Up to 11,
explained.
12.
Okay, fine. What will I do? I'll just give a recap and we'll start from life cycle of DevOps and from there we'll continue. So it will be a continuation and without confusion. Is that okay for everyone?
Yes, sure.
Yes.
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 Fine, 1 minute. Okay. So here, before this, everyone should know, like before this, there was another two process. One is waterfall and the agile method. There was some confusion, chaos, time lapse, and there was no collaboration between ops team and developer, and there was no automation. For everything, they have to wait. That was a long, a lagging for them. That's what, 10 years back, we did not see Zepto or Zomato or something. Okay. I think 8 years back, that it has come into the market. So we can see now your work is done in very quick and fast with just in 10 minutes or half an hour. How the end user is getting, right? All this work is done by DevOps team. Okay. How automation happened, how your manual work has come into picture. Okay. So I just want to go through this DevOps life cycle so that everyone can catch up with the point and we can continue with the intro part. Okay. If I'm going fast, please stop me in between. I'll try my level best to go slow. Okay. Fine. First, this is the life cycle of DevOps. Okay. So whatever we plan or we do it, right? So it's like plain. Sorry, we have to plan the things and all. Okay. Then we have to go with Git. Okay. Then there's like like where Git and GitHub will take place. Okay. And then build and test. Okay. And then this whole part is looked after by DevOps team, right? So you might have a question then if developer is looking what DevOps engineer is doing. DevOps engineer is coordinating with them and with respect to Git and GitHub or if with respect to some CI/CD if something goes wrong, he will pitch in and he will work on that. Okay. So from test to integrate, we call it as CI. Okay. CI in the sense continuous integration. Next, integrate to deploy. It is CD, continuous delivery. Okay. The other one is after that deploy comes into picture, which is looked after by ops team. Then operation will come, operate. Okay. Then monitor. Okay. All this fall. So I believe this one thing will fall under dev, another one will fall under the ops team, such that there is a DevOps collaboration. So in between this, our hero DevOps will come and he will look after both the teams. He will collaborate and with respect to DevOps tool, whatever goes wrong with the DevOps tool, he will look after. He will come and help these people. Okay. So then the life cycle, the process has, it has become so easy. And why the sign there, infinity has come because the process infinity usually in a normal term infinity is what infinity is something which is continuous, right? There is no stop for that. There is no full stop for that. There is something, the process which is happening continuously. So the DevOps has given this sign called as infinity. Okay, that is DevOps. Okay, so both teams, the main problem was with DevOps and operation developer and the operation team. So they did not collaborate each other, and that's the reason there were so many issues with deployment, and also it was time taking. There are so many other process which happened. Okay, so DevOps has come into picture. So if somebody asks in your interview, do you know the life cycle of DevOps? Then your answer should be this from plan to monitor. Okay. So in a simple term, again, I repeat, so we have to plan, then we have to develop, then we have to build it, then we have to test it. Then release, that is CI/CD will take place here. Then deploy will happen. After deploying, you will monitor, operate things. Like everything is, let's say there's a video streaming happening. After deployment, you go and check your streaming is working fine or no. You are able to download the videos or no. So those, sanity check, I can say, where you will doing it, I will be doing. Then you will be monitoring. After some time, always it happens, right? After deployment, your functions on the production or something, it goes wrong and some issue will happen. So to even the things is going wrong, you can debug it and reverse it in a very faster method, such that your software delivery has become easy. Okay. So this is a life cycle of DevOps. In this, anyone has any doubt? All clear?
That's clear.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
So here, what does it says, right? It is continuous integration. Continuous integration in the sense, like whatever we have discussed, in which plate does it fall, right? First is plan and is code, which fall under continuous deploy development. And next one is build and test, which fall under continuous testing. Okay. And the next method will fall under deploy and operate, which fall under continuous deployment. Another one is monitor. Okay. It will fall under monitoring. So all this is a part of continuous integration, deployment, monitoring, development, testing. Okay. Everything is happening continuously. There is no full stop for that. Some issue is happening, but the end user is not facing any issue. If anything is happening, I will look after and will make sure that every single thing is going smoothly and such that end users should be happy. Okay. That's why the process is done so fast. Your application, you order and your order is ready in next 30 minutes. And why does it takes 30 minutes? Again, there's a process for that. Okay. There's some, your order should be placed, sometime it required and all. But at the end user, your work is done, right? So all this process has become easy based on automation, right? That's what the DevOps is so important in today's world. Okay. Yeah. So as we have discussed yesterday, what was the tools? Which are the tools? Okay, which are the tools which we'll be using in DevOps? Okay, you might have a question mark. There are so many tools. Yes, of course there are so many tools. Okay, but it's not compulsory that you should know all. Right? There are requirements. Company require. Let's say you know only Docker, you know only Lambda on AWS, and you know only Jenkins. Right? Still, you are hired as a DevOps engineer. How? Because the company's requirement is only three, not rest all, right? But if you know all six or seven tools of DevOps, then you're pro, right? You can handle anything. So in that way, there are so many tools, but it's not compulsory to learn all those. Whatever you are learning, be proficient in that, and that's done. Okay. Yeah. So let's say for version control, why we call it version control, I'll tell you when we will study about Git and GitHub. For now, just remember which tool fall under which bucket. Okay. So version control is Git and GitHub. Okay. So there are Bitbucket also, there are GitLab also, there are so many other version controls, but we are not going to do all those things. Okay. So let's say if you know GitHub, then you can easily work on Bitbucket. Okay. GitLab. So not to worry about it. The next one is CI/CD, continuous integration, continuous delivery, right? Which falls under Jenkins. Okay. So here's infrastructure has code. In your interviews, they will ask, do you know IAC? IAC is like infrastructure has code, right? That is Terraform. AWS on AWS resource, I believe like most of them know AWS, but the one who don't know, I'm telling for them. The cloud formation is something, is a service on AWS, which will help you to automate the process. You no need to do it manually. Let's say I'm saying you to create S3, EC2, RDS, everything you give in script. Okay. Again, there is a supported language for that, so that's totally fine. Okay, not to worry about that code and all. Everything is inbuilt, and AWS is helping you with the documents. Okay, so you can take that and you can prepare your own, all the services manually with few clicks. Okay, so this is the work of Terraform and CloudFormation does. Okay, yeah. So tomorrow I need homework assignment is difference between CloudFormation and if CloudFormation, then why Terraform? If Terraform, then why CloudFormation, right? What is the difference between this? I need that tomorrow's assignment. Okay. So coming to configuration tool, Ansible. Okay. Ansible does what? So let's say we have yes, Sana, you can.
Do we need to homework on the Terraform difference between tomorrow while coming to the class?
Yeah. Just tell me the difference between that two, such that everyone will have some assignment type. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So Ansible, what does it do? Let's say we have one laptop. Okay, admin. Okay, or whoever it is. So he cannot. We have hundreds of laptops, like hundreds of employees. So he cannot go and do configure in everybody's laptop. It's so difficult for him, right? So Ansible does that. You do configuration in one system, and your configuration is happened in everybody's system, right? So that's what Ansible do. That's what it is called, configuration tool. Okay. Containers which fall under Docker and Kubernetes. Okay. For monitoring is Prometheus and Grafana. Grafana is visualization and Prometheus is a monitoring tool. Again, CloudWatch is also an AWS service. Okay. And cloud is AWS, Azure, and GCP. Not to worry to learn that you might have a question. Should you learn all these three? No. If you know one, that's more than enough. Okay. Which we are going to deal in this course is AWS. Okay. See, if you know AWS, you will be able to handle the Azure and GCP as well. Okay. So let's say a team has Azure DevOps engineer, but you know AWS, still you will be hired because AWS is the top notch. And if you know that services, you are well capable to do an Azure also, and a GCP, but only terminology changes. We call EC2 on AWS, right, for VMs. But on Azure, we call VM only, virtual machine. Okay, it's like that. Very small changes with the names and all. Names are different because copyrights and all, right? So apart from that, rest all is same process. Only few steps will differ. That's it. So not to worry about it. Okay. Yes. So here I'm not telling what we are studying. I am telling what are the tools. Okay. So I believe not to get confused in that. Yeah.
But are we going to cover all these tool chains in during our hands-on?
Yeah, we are going to deal with Git, GitHub, Jenkins, Ansible, Docker, and Kubernetes. Not with Prometheus, Grafana, Terraform. Okay. So and AWS
Why
is
not
definitely
these two, Prometheus and Grafana?
because that is an open source, that is an extra thing. Right. So that's what I have mentioned. We are not going to deal what there. I have given only what are the DevOps tools, such that how it works and all. Okay. So that is an extra thing about out of the syllabus. If you really want, then you can go through that. I can guide you once everything is done. Okay.
But just when it comes to interview part, in the monitoring purpose, we have to know about something, right? So that
That is CloudWatch.
90% of the time, Prometheus and Grafana will be asked because
yeah, Prometheus and Grafana based on again company's requirement on that. And it's an open source tool, you can learn it. So if you are like, if you have worked on this, then Grafana is not that difficult, and Prometheus is as well. So CloudWatch is very common. You can check on that also on AWS, right? So you can do. So CloudWatch is also very much recommended.
Sure.
Okay. So we are going to cover Jenkins on the topics. Okay. Jenkins, Terraform, Ansible, Docker, Kubernetes, CloudWatch, and AWS.
Not Terraform. Git, GitHub, Jenkins, Ansible, Docker, Kubernetes.
But IIS, we are not going to cover
it. Course. You have a separate course for Terraform, so you can check with Chandran on this. Then he might guide you better. Okay.
But at least one infrastructure as a core should be covered, right? To cover DevOps tools.
Anyone has completed AWS? In AWS, CloudFormation has completed.
Actually, ma'am, Sudhir here.
I have done.
Chandran has already told they will cover Terraform separately. It's not under DevOps tool.
Yeah, that's what I said. No, you can check with Chandran on this. So
it's just an add-on. It's just an add-on with the cloud computing, like they said.
Yeah. So you will have a courses, not to worry about it. Terraform is a separate topic because everything you have to try, do it from scratch, right? So they have not included here. Okay. CloudFormation we can do in any of the project. I can add you and give on CloudFormation if you are really interested. So it will be helpful for you and you have an idea like how does it will perform and how it will automate the process. Okay. Not to worry about it. We will set up EC2, S3 or few of the services and you can go through that.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, fine. What I have explained in the DevOps lifecycle, right? So these are the phases, tool, how it will be use case, and what are the roles for DevOps engineer, right? So plan, which happens on Jira tool, and what does it do? It create a sprint task, okay? Sprint, I believe it's like everyone are aware of it, and the one who don't know, sprint is something a time period given for a software engineers to complete the task, okay? Yeah. So again, a DevOps engineer. What is the role of DevOps engineer? They link Jira with Git for traceability. Okay, for that we require Git. And the developers, that is, Git and GitHub. It's a version control again. So we require for repo. Repo is something called as repository. Not to worry, when we deal with Git and GitHub, we will discuss about it. Not to worry about it. Okay. Some branching strategies, all those things we require these. Okay. Next one is Maven. Okay. Build will have fall under Maven again, to compile Java apps and all. Okay. To automate the process. So Jenkins will support on Java. So we are not going to study Java, but we will only install Java to support Jenkins. That's it. Okay. Not to worry more about that. Next test falls under Selenium. There are other tools also, but I have not added yet because of this less space. Okay. So yeah. So how does it integrate the test phase into pipeline? Releases will happen for Jenkins and GitHub Actions. So it is set up for approval, the gates and all. Okay. So like that, Docker for deploy, for deploy Docker and Kubernetes. Okay. We require this to deploy the app and containers. Okay. And why what is the role for a DevOps engineer? They write the deployment pipelines here on Docker and Kubernetes. Okay. And there are many more. Okay. When very short have given a word. Operate, that's what Linux is important for us to understand the basic commands to run it on the various tools of DevOps, right? So Ansible also there to configure EC2 Nginx and updates the packages. Okay, monitoring again the Prometheus and Grafana fall into picture. Okay, to set up CPU utilization and memory and all. Okay, so I believe all are pretty clear with this. Anyone has any doubts?
Pooja,
Yes.
I have one doubt that if they're here, I am seeing multiple tools are there. Okay, so my confusion is, obviously it is going to cover, but the confusion is with how we are going to design the systems and which tool we have to choose when. Okay, so how to choose the tools. Okay, how we are going to see the scalability of the system, security, and what kind of automation. So here I am somewhat confused.
Sure. Answer to the question. Let's say, first thing, these are the package what is there in package DevOps. What usually DevOps. This is not what we are going to do. This is something what DevOps does. I have explained the things. Okay. So in this syllabus, I have added what we are going to complete it. Okay. So I believe like most of them have received. Whoever not received, I'll be sharing with them once we get. Okay. First question. Second, coming to this, which tool, how it is integrated on based on different scenarios. Every tool has its own importance. Let's say one company might have only Jenkins, only Docker, and only Git and GitHub, not Kubernetes and not other Ansible or something like that, right? Still, they are able to handle those processes. So based on the company's requirement, I can say. But let's say we are studying only five, six, or five, six things, okay? But there are more than that. Okay, when you see tools and all, advanced version of that, they are there. And I can say cloud natives also are there. But to understand all those, we should understand what is the base. You're clear, right? So not to worry about it. When, how it will be helpful, how it is making our work easy, automate the process. That all we will be doing when we go everything in depth. So we have, weekly wise, if each week we are going to complete, Git and GitHub in 1 week, okay, 6 hours, I can say 5 to 6 hours, like that we can complete the next Jenkins, Ansible, Docker, and Kubernetes. So we have complete on that only, such that we will be dealing more on that. So not to worry about it currently. Okay.
Okay.
So this I have given to understand the terminologies. That's it. Because first, initially, if I'm telling this happened, there's that, you get confused what she's saying, right? So I want you to understand this, grasp this. Then we can move ahead. First, let's start slowly. Then we'll pick up. Okay.
Sure, ma'am. Sure. Thank you.
Yeah, welcome. Fine. As I said, how this DevOps engineer is making our work easier, right? So that is first is for automation. Okay. It replaces the manual efforts. Like you no need to test or build or deploy anything. Okay. Everything is done in a CI/CD, continuous integration, continuous delivery is happening, and the tools, as I said, Git Jenkins and GitHub Actions. Okay. Here, the first thing is automation. Second is faster delivery. That's what, right? 10 minutes, quick things and all, your order is ready for you. That is a very, very, very good example, I can say, how the work is done very faster. Okay. And delivery is happening in fraction of minutes, right? Hours, because of this, right? Developers can push and changes quickly and reliable. You can do it in very fast way using your pipelines. Okay. We will be discussing more on this when we will be studying about Jenkins. Not to worry about it now. Next, for better collaboration, okay, dev and operation team together work on Jira, right? So first there was no so much confusion, there was so much arguments, but now everything is clear. And next one is there's a consistency, okay? Docker and Kubernetes make sure there is consistency in the work. Everything runs code, your code runs properly on your dev, your prod, and your test. Yes, Prabhu.
Just have a question. Like a Jira and Slack and all. May I know what is that? I'm not
Yeah.
into a coding part so far yet.
Yeah, not to worry. Okay. We all are into one team, okay? Internal team. One from DevOps, one from cloud, one are from data, like that. We are all, let's consider all we are 27 people sitting here, all are from different team, right? Let's say DevOps want to talk with cloud, cloud wants to talk with data, data wants to talk with full stack or a backend or front end, something, okay, for some or some request. They will not talk orally. That is not considered. In the corporate world, they have to follow some set of rules. Okay, let's say example why again that is done. Today I'm telling you delete this. Okay, tomorrow I might say I have my, if something happened wrong, I might raise my hand saying no, I did not tell. Why did you delete? Right? This thing should not happen. This confusion should not happen. So everything is stored in a proper method. Permission should be taken if something is there very crucial or something. For everything, every request, the company will follow a set of rules that all your internal team is fine, because internal you can talk internal team in the sense data team, right? But coming to data teams talking to other software engineers, then they have to write it on the Jira. Jira is a ticketing tool in the sense how we have like it's a normal thing. Okay, you write your what is the issue head, like that, and then you give description. How we write mail, right? How we will write mail. Some headings will be there, then you write, describe it, then you form. But here you will add it to your which team you want to go. Let's say you don't know whom to assign, but you will tag the head, lead. You will tag the lead stating who manager or somebody who's looking after the project. She or he will assign that to the team members who is working on that based on the sprint wise and all who is available. He or she will assign the team members. So the process run like that and that is picked up by Jira. Again, it is based on priority, medium, low. What is the priority? Based on that, the Jira tickets are taken. And every week, company follows that, like they pick up why the Jira is not picked up, why the issue is not happened, that's a different story, right? Coming to Slack. Let's say Slack, we can integrate with our things. Something happened wrong and all, then we can integrate through Slack. Okay. Slack is something again messaging channel, right? How we have teams, right? Same thing we have Slack, like that, same thing. Okay. Messaging things and all, how we do and all, team collaborate each other, they talk, they communicate. It's like that. That's it.
Thanks, Pooja.
Okay.
Because in my company, we users usually ask for Jira access. We don't know what is Jira, but we guide them to raise a ticket for Jira access. So I'm not sure. So just clarify. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, but they will use Jira, right? Jira is compulsory for everyone.
Yeah,
right?
that is
to
what
track everything.
I hear the word, but I'm not sure what is that, what they do on that. I'm not. No, it is clear. Yeah.
That's what these both team will collaborate. For that, teams also should be the teams they have not read it. Okay. Okay. Fine.
Thanks.
Consistency. Okay. Yeah, welcome. So the other one is consistency. I have told that. Okay. Continuous monitoring, right? Continuous monitoring is what? You have set up something, your CPU utilization is going, storage is working fine on application. If it is not running, why 404 error I'm getting, why this is happening? All this is again monitoring. Okay, all this fall under that. Again, next, security build. Okay, what is that? DevSecOps. So till now we have understood what is dev and ops. Dev is developer, ops is operation. But what is security? Yes, right? SEC, that is security part. This person is concerned more on security. Okay. Again, the question come up. Why this now, right? Why? Because the person who is studying DevOps, who know the DevOps tool, is also eligible for this DevSecOps, right? It is also very much in demand currently. Okay, I believe this is clear. Next, I believe this is clear. Anyone has any doubts, you can ask me, or you can stop me in between if you have any doubts. Okay, I believe it's clear. So I'm going ahead. Yeah. Why DevOps is important? Why? Because we all know, everyone are here to understand the tools of DevOps and exactly understand what is DevOps, right? It is faster time to market. Okay, it is more reliable releases, cost effective. First, my work was done after 1 month or 15 days, some days, but now my work is done in just 2 to 3 hours. Okay, so that's what it's cost effective for the company. High customer satisfaction. All the customers are very happy because no matter how hard the situation or things are there, my end user should not face an issue. So again, there are things, right? The continuous integration or code things is happening, rollback is happening. But this was not same with waterfall method and agile method, right? Customers would have waited for a long time. There's no customer satisfaction, blah blah things happening. But DevOps has made it easy, right? Now, quick, bug detection and rollback happened. Okay, whatever things goes wrong, you can roll back it, and your work is done for you. From startup to Google, everyone wants DevOps engineer. Okay, because of course everyone want to reduce the manual work. Errors, manual work might be there, manual error might be there. They want to increase the stability, improve the stability, they speed up the delivery part. All those things is very much for a DevOps engineer, right? So DevOps engineer has made those things happen. So this is a hero. Look, that's what a hero has come into picture, like why DevOps, right? So I believe DevOps is important for these reasons. In today's world, it is must. Okay. Next. Why? Just want to say. Okay. Coming to this, as we said, why we require, because it's an average salary between 8 to 20 lakhs. Okay, I have mentioned, but for freshers, it will be between I can say 5 to 7. For average, I say mid or something, 10 to 20. And the person who has more experience and knowledge and the senior level, they will be getting for 20 to 45 plus or 40 plus based on the skills and knowledge what he has. Okay. Yes, Prabhu, 1 minute. I'll complete this slide and come back to you. So other one is career path. You have DevOps engineer, SRE, cloud engineer, platform engineer, DevSecOps, which I have not mentioned here. For all these roles, you are eligible. Okay. And all IT, finance, retail companies has demand. Many more companies has demand. Okay. And it's like passport, you can work anywhere, right? So like you can work as you can work as a freelancer, you can work remotely, and you can quickly get hired in the MNC company. Okay. Yes, Prabhu.
Nothing. Just now I have a 8 years plus experience in VMware as well as a server administration in the sense. Okay, so just planning to move into a DevOps engineer, like how we can ask a salary package. Like as I don't have experience in DevOps right now, but I can show that I have a experience like 2 years in DevOps. Then I can ask like 15 to 16. Is it okay or
Yes.
I'm
It's
not aware.
100% okay. You have see, and it's very clear for everyone. No one will take consider DevOps as a fresher. Whoever is coming fresher for freshers, directly they don't sign for DevOps engineering. You should definitely have prior experience. And as you said, you have 8 years of experience in VMware and in different technologies. Yeah, then yes, you have a demand on that. And the second, yes, you can. I don't say you should go with 50, 60. You should go with 80, 90 also. That's totally fine. Okay. But you have to be very well advanced, prepared in your interview. How do you portray? How you say, as you said, you have 2 years of experience. You want
That you
to
will
tell
be
that.
guiding, right?
Yeah. So once we complete all these things, right? So
Sure.
I'll be telling everyone like how to handle, how to revert the interviewer, not to ask the questions which you don't know, the topics, how you have to manipulate him or her. Okay. So those things we'll be discussing at the end of the session. Okay. One day I
Thanks.
will discuss completely on that. Okay.
Sure.
Not to worry.
Thank you.
Yeah. So again, DevOps in the market, 2023, 10 billion, 2025, 15 billion, and 2028, 25 billion. These many people, it's a demand in the market. Okay, it has been valued that much. So you should imagine like how DevOps is growing. And in the current world, there are 40 plus annual growth, job postings happen. And DevOps is backbone for cloud engineers. Sorry, cloud adoption. Okay, without DevOps, there's no cloud, and there's no without cloud, there's no. They both are siblings. Okay, so it's like that. So big companies, they are adopting, and they have done. They are using currently. Like everyone has DevOps role, right? So it's not an optional anymore. It's compulsory. What I can say, must have skill. Okay, so you might have confusion, or you might, I think yesterday somebody asked, I did not go through Trump's thing, I'm sorry for that. Yeah, but everything should have, you might have heard people layoffs. Okay, people are getting layoff and all. Why this is happening? See, some articles states these people are not fit for the role. And I don't want to degrade, or I don't want to tell somebody, and I'm not here to judge someone, but I want to tell ki, if we are not up to the date, we are definitely fired out. Okay, if I'm telling I know this much only and I'll do this and I'll not go ahead and not study. Okay, let's say if we are into DevOps now, to DevOps, AI DevOps is added, ML DevOps is added, then Kafka DevOps is added. Okay, and many more to come, right? Kafka is added, Zookeeper is added. Okay, and many more are to come, right? But DevOps is must. Everything will be added to it. It's an add-on. But how and where we stand in the market matters more, right? That important is DevOps.
It is not related to AI. Because of AI, we got many of them are layoff, like they said. Now DevOps is going to be rolled out in soon. In 2028, AI will be much higher than DevOps. Like many of my colleagues are saying that you just started learning DevOps, but now AI is going up in the career. So when you are going to learn AI, in the sense they started. So already I am back.
No, not to worry about it. Yes, AI. Okay, to your question, last week I have attended last week, I guess I have attended one of the event on AWS, right? So AWS is, before 2 years, 2 to 3 years in the market, there was a cloud. Today also there's a cloud. See, without cloud, without land, we cannot build the house, right? We might say one day land will over and there is no house. We don't get. We should stay in the rented house. Also, people say, but it's not the reality, right? So the same thing people says, that's totally fine, not to worry. But these are must-have knowledge, right? Without this, it's not possible. AI is an addition. Let's say if I say Kubernetes, Kubernetes is a complex process to set up and configure, right? But to Kubernetes, there are so many other tools which has come into picture, which has made that work very easy. Few clicks and your work is done, right? But to know that work, I should know what happened here, right? So that important. So not to worry, DevOps will never go anywhere. To DevOps, many things will be added. Add-on will be there. I'm not saying no, it is still here. Many add-ons will be there. But this is very much important. As I said, without land, we cannot construct house. So land is important for now. So we are on the land, okay? And how we are building, it's up to us. Okay, not to worry about it.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was saying event, right? Event. So in event, AWS is hosting an AI, Kira. Okay, KIRA. So they are telling about AI. So all big companies, AWS, Microsoft, GCP, everyone, Google, everyone are into one point now, AI. How to make the AI, but to support this, we require something, right? That is what? But DevOps will not go out of the market. Believe me, it will not happen. Okay. So not to worry. AI is there, but somebody should give the prompt also to AI. No, I want PDF. Give me PDF. Somebody should be there, and that is we. Right? Not to worry about it. Okay, I believe this is clear. Coming to DevOps. Okay, most of the question I have asked yesterday, people stating why Linux in DevOps. 90% of the servers will run on Linux. So Linux is important for us. Okay, for scripting, for automation, for containers, DevOps is required. Okay, and on Kubernetes and Docker, Ansible, Linux is required. Okay, sorry, DevOps required. No, sorry, Linux. I want to correct it. It is Linux, I'm saying. Okay, why Linux is important for DevOps? Because of servers, because of automation and scriptings, which is required for us on containers like Kubernetes and Docker, and CLIs. CLIs, command line interface, which we'll be giving, right? For that, we require Linux. Okay. Next, AWS. As I said, AWS depend on DevOps, DevOps depend on our AWS, right? This is important for us because we require a platform to work, right? That platform is given by AWS, right? Again, it is scalable and flexible. Let's say today I want 200 GB, but tomorrow I don't want 500 GB. And after some day, I don't want that instance. I want to reduce that. So you can do anything based on your requirement. That's what here they have given, scalable and flexible. Okay. It is done easily. Work is done easily for you. Okay. Again,
Are we doing any hands-on on Kubernetes by
all 80% will be practical, 20% will be theory. Not to worry. This type of
oh,
only intro part I'm giving this much theory. After that,
okay.
everything will be practical. Okay. I am giving
Thank you.
you this much effort because I want to tell, be thorough with the words every day. Just listen what I'm saying. But after that, I think tomorrow, after a day after tomorrow, we'll start with hands-on only. Okay. So this much theory will not be there. Not to worry. Again, monitoring, as I said, IAM, CloudWatch, CloudTrail, all those are the services of AWS, which we will be dealing. And automation, as I said, CloudFormation, everything is required for us. Okay, that's what AWS plays an important role for us to understand that. Okay, without Linux, we don't understand AWS. Without AWS, we don't understand DevOps. So these three are tripods, and very much without one leg we cannot stand. Right, like that. Without these two, DevOps cannot stand. So it's that important. Okay. So sorry, I have to correct this. So which I'll be correcting in some time, but I have not done. Okay. I have already told about salaries. So anyone has any doubt so far?
No,
Anyone has
Pooja.
any doubts?
No.
Yeah.
Yes, actually.
Yeah, please.
Can I get clarification on what did you mean by freshers can't be a DevOps engineer and what one should have done earlier to become a DevOps in?
Okay, fine. Answer the question. Let's say I'm entering, I'm not saying DevOps engineers, they cannot directly enter. Okay. It's very clearly because the person should have prior knowledge on the tools. Okay. Like, collaboration is fine. Anyone can do. But let's say if they want to, work on something, they should have the product knowledge. They should have the corporate knowledge. They should have each and every, I don't say in-depth information. Okay. But you should have the basic prior knowledge of, like, let's say as a support cloud support engineer, you can go where you will be working on AWS and all. Okay. Why? Because DevOps is something where whole production and prod and pre-prod will be dependent on the person's, interruption. If something happened something happened wrong. I'm not saying it is not possible. They might be very much pro people and all, but market says that. Okay. Even if you say me, I don't give the role directly for a DevOps engineer. Okay. I ask him to enter into with a different role, enter, come, work for 1 year or 1.5 years, understand the product, then I'll give you my production. If I'm giving something to it and end user is facing issue, then it's a problem, right? So in that way, the market runs. Okay. So not to get degraded, but if you know DevOps, it's like, let's say you're a fresher, consider example, fresher, and the person knows Kubernetes. So he has more value than he is in the market and he is in the field of the competition. You understand, right? So at that time, he will be considered first person to get into the job. Right? So it's like that. Clear?
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, welcome. So this is okay. To every slide, and if sometime I have missed, I'm sorry for that. This is just not to go through that boring notes or something like that. I have given in very interactive way the dashboards and all. This is prepared for you only. So if you have anything, you can go through this. If you don't want to go through that documents and all, something like that. So whatever I have explained so far, I have mentioned in this. So I have mentioned this link in the notes as only. So you can go through that. Okay. So yeah. Till now, I have given everything, whatever we have discussed about that only. Okay. So I think 5 minutes left over. So I will not go with this. So we can continue with the next topic. Okay. I have explained in short, like till now we have understood what is DevOps, why DevOps came, what is the life cycle of DevOps, what is the market of what is the value of DevOps in market, what is the salary, what is the demand, why you should learn all those things, right? Now our concentration is based on tools. Okay. So I have explained about these tools in the document. So where I'll be telling tomorrow, what are the things and all. Okay. How it is, what it is, why it is required, all those things. Okay. So then we will go with the Git and GitHub. Okay. So before that, everyone, what I want from you is create a GitHub account. Okay. Nothing. You have to just go on website and type GitHub sign up. So give your mail ID, which is active, and then password, which you remember, and whichever
It would
pass.
be better than if you go like sharing your screen than some.
Okay, sure.
So it will be in the recording as well, so some of them can see
Yeah.
it. And
So yeah, actually have already account, so that's the reason. But still, I will show. Okay. Example, sign up. Okay, sign up for GitHub. Okay. So let's say I have already tasked. Okay, 1 minute. Let me come out of this. Okay. So everyone can see this, right? So you have an option called like this. Okay, GitHub. You should give your mail ID. Okay, let's say I'm giving some mail ID or something. Okay, sign up, or I will be giving something test. Okay, already it is like it is related to this, so it is not taking. Okay, there are few steps I can say. Okay, so you have to follow that. You should give your mail ID, and your password. It will not take the if you give 123 password or something. So little tricky password you have to give. A little complex password. Sign up. Okay. Once you sign up, your GitHub will be like this. You can see this, right? The profiles, everything. So this will be your GitHub. Okay. So this is a GitHub account. You can see. So it will be like this. What is GitHub? What is this? It is saying everything. I'll tell you tomorrow. So you can go through it. Okay. So please create an account. There are few steps. Mail ID. You have to give your mail ID. You have to sign up. Your password you have to remember. So don't forget the password. So please create that. And second thing, what you have to do is you have to download Git. Okay. Git download in very short, in a limited thing. But don't think that we will end up this much only. We will go in depth when we will deal with each topic. So today, I want to explain the few things because we have to be, what I can say, we should adopt these terminologies such that we can understand exactly. Okay. So if anyone has any doubts, definitely I'll take it up. But let me complete all this tool. After that, I will wait for 3 minutes to 5 minutes. If you have doubts, we'll discuss there. Then we will go to the next topic, right? Because in between interruption, few people might get pissed off, few people might get what's this, few people might understand I'm not getting, right? So not to, let's respect each other's time and these things, then we'll definitely take up. Okay, but asking question is mandatory because other people might not take up the question and ask, but somebody is asking the same question, so it is helpful. So I'll definitely take up your question. Okay. So I really understand everyone are not into the same platform, and everyone are into different things, right? So we'll first understand with peace of mind, then we'll go with the doubts. Okay. But I will definitely ask her. You should ask me if you have a doubt. I will definitely answer. I'm happy to answer that. Fine. First thing, what is Git? Right? As we study, we have understood that six tools we will study in our DevOps. Right? Out of that, first one is Git. Okay. When it comes to Git, what does it mean? It is a version control system. When the word come version means what? Something in a layman language, I can tell that is upgrade. Upgrade means updates, right? We call on WhatsApp first status was not very, if you go with 8 years back, there was no status, only WhatsApp message was there. But after some days, like it has released status. But now it has been so advanced version that whomever you want to see the DP, first DP screenshot also was there. But now we cannot keep the screenshot, right? Take the screenshot. All is how every single thing, like option also is there in WhatsApp status. How all this evolved. This is all an upgrade. WhatsApp has been updated, right? So all this word in terminology of software we call version, right? See, anyone who knows, I'm happy. But whoever don't know, who are new to this, I'm telling for them. Okay, but I want to explain this. So it is called as VCS. In short form, it is called as VCS, means version control system. In your interview, before interview and all, the HR when they call, they ask you, do you know VCS? Then you must be saying your answer should be yes. That is version control system. Okay. So, and this again there are so many, but we are not going with so many. We are going to going with the standard ones. Okay. So here, what does it says? It will track all your source code. Whatever I said, like updated, live things and come, all this is what this has come into a code version, right? If WhatsApp, some updates is there. There is somebody who is working on that. There is somebody who is releasing the code. There is somebody who is updating it. There is somebody who is working on that, right? So it's a very big company, and then there are so many backend work is there, right? So let's say we have we all are into a company. Let's say we are all are developers and we all are into company. Then everyone are doing some changes. We all 28 people sitting here all are into same project. Okay. Every person are working on same file. Everyone are creating some or some changes. How to track that? Right? That period of time to understand that, to track the history, to track what, when, and how, who did, to track all those things. This has come. Git version. So we will study more about it in depth. But for now, you remember it's a tool that track the changes of source code. Okay, and it allows multiple developers to work on the same code base. That's what I said. We all are multiple developers or the multiple developers, and we are working on the same page. Let's say this is a page, and we all are working in the same page. So how the code will run? Okay, to track all this, if there is some without conflict. Let's say I am changing with the track who changed what and when. Okay, I'm going with colon, and another developer is going with uh, dot, okay, and another one is going with slash. So another developer should not go with the same thing. To avoid that conflict, this is involved. Okay. Next one, to roll back any previous version means, let's say V1, V2, V3, V4, V5. Out of that, from V5 again I want to jump to V3. That time I can go back to the V3. So this will help in that way. And another one is we can create branches to work on features separately. Let's say we all are divided into 28 people. Now 8 people should work on each branch. Okay. So each branch means cabin. Let's say we are all are into different cabins. Okay. Each team is sitting in different cabin. Team A is sitting in one cabin, B, C. Okay. That cabin we call as branches. Okay. And office is a main head. Okay. That is the main branch. What is that? We will study in depth. Not to worry. Okay. Next. Why in DevOps, right? Fine. You're saying Git is there, version is there, there are branches, there are rollbacks. Okay. But what does it play a role in DevOps, right? It is something. It is a foundation of CI/CD pipelines. Okay. Every code change is committed and pushed to Git to trigger automated steps. Means what? Committed in this word is like something which is saved. When we save the file, right? That word we call here it as committed. Next, push. Push means what? Let's say I am doing something on my terminal, which is local, that is desktop. I'm pushing this into my website, like, to my server. So I'm pushing from my local to the server. That is called as push. Okay. Again, there's another word, pull, vice versa, from local, from the website to my local. That is called pull. Okay. We will study more on that. Not to worry. Okay. Again, it is used for code collaboration. Okay. We require this Git. So this is the Git version control. Next, brother of Git is GitHub. I believe yesterday I told everyone download Git. That is on a desktop. But I told another word. Everyone should log in into Git. I did not GitHub. Sorry, GitHub. I did not tell you people to download GitHub. I told you to download Git, but log in to GitHub. Why login? Why not download? Why? Because we cannot download. That is, it works on website, right? So it works on website. Same thing has Git, but it works on website, right? So it is a code repository hosting platform. Here, repository is something where we store things. Okay, the short form we call it as repo. Okay, so here is GitHub is a cloud-based platform to store, manage the Git repositories. Okay, and it provides the GUI for Git and collaboration features. Git and GitHub both are very much required. They are like, left ventricle and right ventricle of our hearts, right? We have left eyes and right eyes. Without one